All right, welcome to yoga. Let's begin in Shavasana. So go ahead, lie down on your back, take up some space, let the eyes closed. Palms can be up or down. If you feel like you need to ground or receive, you can also place a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly to connect beneath the palms with the breath moving. And just deepen the breath and notice how you're feeling in this moment. And I'm going to read a passage from Xenia, Viray. She says, "The body is the first site of revolution. Many of us feel disconnected from our bodies, but our bodies know which part of our system need to change, what grief needs to be acknowledged. Deciding to care for ourselves in a way our families, ancestors can feel like betrayal. But when we listen to our bodies, we are receiving the information we need to reimagine our own world." So just taking a couple of breaths here, sinking into the earth, feeling where you might be holding tension in the body and where you can release. And know that you can always return here or to a child's pose, as I suggest a lot of shapes. Just listening to your own body, slowing down or speeding up or taking breaks anytime during the next hour. You can continue to rest, or if you're ready to move, just start to find some wiggling of the fingers and movement of the toes. Start to roll the wrists and the ankles. And then begin to reach the arms overhead, stretching long. Reach a little more through the right arm, getting into the right side body, and then reach a little more through the left arm, stretching the left side body. And again, reach to the right, point the right toes and reach the right fingers. And then reach the left side, pointing the left toes and reaching the left fingers. And then just release. Start to bend the knees and plant the soles of the feet. Bring the palms down by the hips. And inhale, roll the spine up for bridge pose. Pressing into all four corners of the feet, spreading the fingers, lifting the heart, lifting the thighs. And then tuck the tailbone as you slowly lower down. Bring the hands behind the head, elbows nice and wide. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders for a little crunch, feeling the core start to engage. And then release, head, neck, and shoulders down, palms down by the hips, by the heels, and slowly roll the spine back up. Inhale here. Exhale to stay. See if you can imagine squeezing a block between the thighs. And then exhale, lower tailbone back to the earth. Hands behind the head. Lift head, neck, and shoulders. Lift the thighs, lift the knees to 90 degrees. See if you can keep space between chin and chest and keep the thighs parallel so they're not coming too close to the chest. And then exhale, lower the head, lower the feet. One more time, bridge pose. Press the palms, lift the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lower. And just the head or head and feet. You can stay here with the basket of the fingers supporting the neck, or you can bring the palms to the thighs. Press the thighs and the palms into each other, feeling the core engaged, maybe a little shakiness. Keep pressing. Relax the face and the jaw. One more breath, full breath in and out, and then shake out the arms, shake out the legs, release. Maybe a little bicycle of the legs, maybe another full body stretch, maybe a nice hug. And then find your butterfly, so soles of the feet to the earth, knees wide. The shape of the diamond can, the size of the diamond will indicate how intense you want the hip opener. So you can slide the heels further towards the end of the mat to open up the diamond, or you can bring the heels closer to you for a little more intensity in the hips. Again, palms down, palms by the thighs. Inhale, lift the hips. It may not be a big lift, not as much as your bridge, just lift. And then lower. One more time, lift and lower. Bring the hands behind the head, elbows wide again. Lift the head, lift the neck, and lower the head. If you want to go with both, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Lift the feet, keeping the soles of the feet pressed. Lift the lower body. And maybe you can even crunch the elbow and the knees and the thighs towards each other. And then slowly lower down, and again, shake out the legs, bicycle them, be still or move. Back into your butterfly, Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. See if you can keep that shape with the head, neck, and shoulders on the earth, but lift the shape from a reclined butterfly to a butterfly in the sky. So pressing the soles of the feet together, lift them up, bring your hands to the shins or the ankles, and keep pressing the knees away from you. You can start to rock a little on your sacrum. And then keeping the left hand and the left ankle or foot, right hand and right ankle or foot, open it up, happy baby. Keep rocking side to side. And when you're ready, let it go. Shake it out, bicycle the legs. Give yourself another little hug, little squeeze. And bring your hands behind the thighs to begin to rock and roll. Tucking the chin. Taking your time to build momentum, and eventually the feet will plant. Soles of the feet to the top of the mat, knees bent, hands behind you to lift the spine, lift the heart, lift the chest. And then heel to the feet nice and wide and take them to the right. Inhale here and keep turning to your right. So left hand to the earth or to the thigh. Bend your elbows and kind of bow down. And then stay with the knees pointed that way, but turn to the left. Maybe use your hands again on the floor or on your legs to pull you into the twist without forcing it. One more time to the right, bow down. And one more time to the left, counter twist. Come to center with the chest. Bring the hands behind the back and just take the knees to the left. Start to turn further to the left, both finger pads or palms down, bow down. Inhale through center, turn to the right. Looking over your shoulder or just gazing wherever your head and your neck feels comfortable. One more time to the left, twisting the torso, bow down. And one more time to the right, counter twist. And then bring the knees to center, lifting them, bring the hands behind the back, keep the feet nice and wide, and just let your knees windshield wiper at your own pace, side to side. Opening up the hip flexors, you could be on your toes, lifting the heels. You could stay for a moment on one side. When you're ready, come to neutral again, feet about hip width distance, palms supporting the shoulders for a reverse table. So press through the feet, press through the hands, fingers can face you or face out wide, lift the hips, let the head release if that feels okay for the neck. And then slowly lower down and find yourself in a tabletop position, hands and knees, belly down. Spread the fingers wide. And just start to shift the weight forward and back. So coming into the finger pad and the wrist, tops of the feet on the mat, and then maybe a little side to side. Again, feeling the wrists stretching and shifting the weight. And then start to make that into a small circle, switching directions. And then you can move to an even bigger circle, or start to close the eyes and just move freely from hands and knees, maybe a little more exaggerated or dramatic of motions, maybe some big sighs and exhales, or flutter of the lips as you let the hips, the spine, the neck, the wrists just warm up. And if you want to add some wrist stretches, you could flip the palms to face you or palms up. A couple more breaths to just freely move and give the wrists some love. Use the next couple breaths to make your way to a neutral tabletop position again. And then we'll inhale, reach the right arm high. Thread the needle, right arm through, right ear down, right shoulder down. Left toes can extend back to the earth or hover. Left hand can stay where it is or wrap behind the back. When you're ready, bring the left palm down. Press all the way back up. Left knee to the earth, right arm to the sky. Roll the wrists. And then right hand down. Before we go to the second side, we're going to just circle the left knee. Big circles with the left kneecap. Reverse directions. Feeling the hip open. And then line up knee to knee and take the left knee out wide like a frog leg. Kick the heel towards straight and then bend heel towards glute. Keep going. Kick and bend. Extend the left leg and bend. 3 more. Squaring the shoulders, evenly placing the weight between left and right hand. And then knee to knee, left heel to the sky, and just lift the thigh like you're punching a little hole with the heel of the foot in the ceiling. Small, subtle movement, feeling the glutes engage for 3. Last 2. And 1. Left knee down. Free movement from hands and knees. It could be a traditional cat-cow, side cat-cow. Just those circles or shifting of weight. When you feel ready, you'll find that neutral tabletop, belly button to spine. Right hand stays planted. Sweep the left arm to the ceiling. And then thread the needle, left palm under the right armpit, gently placing the left ear to the earth, left temple down. Right hand can stay where it is, wrap behind you. Right toes can extend or hover. Stay for about 1 more breath. And then press the right palm, lower the right knee, unravel, sweeping the left arm high. And bringing the left hand down in line with the shoulders. Right knee starts to circle. Keeping the rest of the body in line. Notice if the left hip splayed out, draw it back in. Big circles of the right knee. Reverse the direction. And then knee to knee, take the knee right to the right, extend the heel and bend. A couple more times, extend and bend. Extend and bend. For 3, for 2, for 1, and then heel to heel, extend the right heel behind you. Make sure your back is supported, press through the hands, and just lift the knee, lift the thigh. For 3, for 2, for 1. Right knee to the earth, and move around from hands and knees. Explore. Keep moving from hands and knees. And when you reach your neutral tabletop again, pause for a moment, tuck the toes, and find downward facing dog. Hips back, heels back. Shake the head yes and no, spread the fingers wide. Pedal the feet, walking your dog. And then start to walk your hands towards your feet. Bend your knees as much as you need. Let your head be heavy. Grab opposite elbows and just sway or bounce a little, shifting the weight. Ragdolling the torso. Release the arms. Take a half lift. Hands to the legs. Long spine. Exhale, fold back down. Press through your feet, roll all the way to mountain pose. Standing, stacking the limbs. Palms forward, rolling the shoulders. Up, back, and down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge, fold back down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, release. Walk your hands to plank. Pause in your push-up position and just shift the weight a little forward, a little back. Little forward, little back. Feeling the wrists, the heels, the calves. And then find stillness. Take the knees, chest, and chin down. Bend the elbows. Untuck your toes. Take the smallest cobra. Inhale, lift the heart and lift the hands. So just the heart and the back are doing the work. The hands are not pressing. Exhale, lower down. Shake the hips side to side. This time you can use your hands. You can take them wider or you can keep them close. Inhale, lift the heart. Squeezing the shoulder blade. And exhale, release. If you want to bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs. Then release the legs, press the palms, move through a table or through plank to downward facing dog. From down dog, reach the right leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip, shake it out. And step your right foot forward. Nice wide stance for a high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Bend the back knee, bend the elbows out wide. So maybe even the left knee taps or keep it hovering. And then inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, lift. Twice more, bend the elbows wide, cactus the arms, bend knees. Inhale, lift, straighten the limbs. Exhale, double bent knee, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Hands to the hips, walk the back foot in and fold into your pyramid pose. We won't stay for too long, stretching the hamstrings. Hands to the legs, blocks or the earth. Lengthen the spine. Three more breaths. start to rebend your right knee and shift the weight into the right foot, hands to the earth for standing splits. Left heel high, head heavy. Hands could be on blocks or any props, or fingertips to the floor. You could have a little bend to the right knee. Now let's all bend the left knee, but instead of bending it straight behind us, you're going to angle it the toes to the right. So you could look under your right armpit and see your right toes. Reach your right hand back. Maybe it grabs your ankle or your foot, and if you have the bind, kick your foot into your hand into your foot. We'll all meet in a forward fold, 2 feet to the mat. Bend the knees, grab the elbows, and sway. Ragdoll. Maybe find a little bounce in the knees, a deep bend to the knees, and then release the arms flat back. Reset your spine. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, hands to the heart. Palms down, palms forward, roll the shoulders back. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Press through the feet and then tilt to your right or your left. Doesn't matter which side you go. Lengthening the side body. One elbow down, one elbow up. And then inhale back to center. Keep pressing your skull into your hands and lean the other direction. Inhale back to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Half lift, lengthen. Plant the palms, step the feet back, plank pose, pause for a moment, and decide, do you want knees, chest, chin? Do you want to chaturanga, lowering halfway to 90? Up dog or cobra, rolling over the toes, squeezing the shoulders behind the back. And take your time to down dog. You can always keep the knees down or take a child's pose on the way. Full breath in down dog, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, left heel high, bend the knee, open up the hip, shake it out. You could even look under your armpit for that right leg. And then when you're ready, straighten the left leg, left heel high, look forward, step forward. Maybe use your hand to help get yourself into a nice wide and long stance. Left knee bend, right leg straight, arms up by the ears. And then we bend, elbows and knees, get low. Inhale with control, straighten, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Beautiful, slowly descend, and then on your inhale, lift. One more time with your breath. As you rise, bring your hands to your hips and walk your back foot in a lot. So all 10 toes are facing forward, both heels are down. Keep your hands on your hips to keep squaring the hips and shoulders as you hinge. And then maybe you move your hands down your leg or to a block. The head can relax, but prioritize the length of the spine, not worrying about how far you fold. Little bend to the knee if you're hyperextending. Staying for several breaths. Full breaths here. About 2 more breaths. As you're ready, gently bend the left knee, bring the hands to the floor, and lift your right heel, standing split. Lift your right heel a little higher, let your head drape down, and then bend your right knee and open it out to the right, and reach your left hand back. Maybe you grab and find a bind on this side, maybe not. Forward fold, everybody, feet to the mat. Take your feet a little wider. Heels in and toes out. Grab opposite elbows and sway. Bend the knees. And then release the palms, keeping the feet wide, heels in, toes out, sit into your squat. Press the palms together, lift the heart, elbows into the inner thighs. Lift the chest, lift the spine. And then come all the way onto your seat and just move around like a little seaweed, moving the limbs, the arms, the legs, floating for a little more core work, sneaking in core throughout the class, since it's so important for balance and stability. Last couple moments just moving around. And then you can give yourself a nice hug and rock and roll. Rock and roll. You can do a rock and roll vinyasa. You could rock and roll into a seat, into a forward fold. However you want to make your way to down dog, you could skip to vinyasa. We'll meet back in dog. Take your time to get there. And when you arrive, take a full cleansing breath. And from downward facing dog, reach your right leg high and step forward. Warrior one, left heel down, arms up. Relax your shoulders, give them a little shimmy, a little shake, let your arms be wiggly. And then interlace your hands behind your back, lengthen the spine, folding into your humble warrior. Just stay for one breath, a big lion's breath. Inhale, exhale, stick out the tongue, and then rise back up. Release the arms and open to warrior two. Bring the hands behind the head. Tick-tock, right elbow towards right knee and thigh. And then come back up and take it to the left. Inhale, center, straighten the right leg. Same thing, you could walk your back foot in from triangle. Tick-tock, right elbow to the right. Come back, center, and then to the left. Two more times with your breath. Keep leaning the head back, the elbows back, the torso back. Next time you start tick-tocking to the front, extend your right arm down the right leg. You could keep your left hand behind the head and open up the chest even more, or you could reach your left arm to the sky, or you could bend your elbow and wrap that shoulder behind the back. Any variation of your Trikonasana triangle pose. Another breath here. And then release the arm, release the shoulder. We're going to start to shift the weight to the back left knee for Skandasana, or just a side lunge or deep lunge to the back of the mat with the right leg straight. Bring your hands to the earth if they're not already there, and crawl yourself, press through the left here, crawl yourself all the way to the top of the mat. Runner's lunge. Lower the left knee to the earth and sweep your right leg back. Press into the hands, reach your right heel, extend your left arm forward, reach your fingers, reach through your arms, plant your left palm, tuck your left toes, and find three-legged dog. Shake out the right leg, bend the knee, circle it open. And then if you want to go through a vinyasa, you can float that right leg. You can hover it as you go through the flow. And then let the toes come down. Downward facing dog. And we meet in child's pose. So bring the knees to the edge of the mat, kiss the toes together, hips to heels, forehead to mat. Close the eyes. More cycles of breath here, just letting the belly release. If you'd like to bend the elbows and press the palms together over your head like a little shark fin, gets a little more into the triceps. Two more big cycles of breath. Begin to lengthen the arms. Stretch your fingers to the top of the mat. And pull yourself all the way through to a tabletop or a cobra or some cat cows. You can add some wrist stretches again if you'd like. And eventually make your way to a downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale the left heel high. Step the left foot forward, a nice wide stance for warrior one. So right heel down, arms up. And then let the arms drop, let them go, relax them, shake them out a little. Interlace the hands, maybe the less habitual way, like feels like you're holding someone else's hand, a little awkward. Press that fist down, lift the heart, keep the spine long as you fold inside the left leg, humbling your warrior. Full breath in here, lion's breath out. Press to the feet, use your core, rise up. And then when your torso is up, release the arms, open up, warrior two. Adjust your stance, adjust your legs, your feet, your arms, your fingers, face. And pause in warrior two. Then bring the hands behind the head. Again, playing with the grip. Lean the chest back, using that basket to support your neck. Elbows wide, tick-tock to the left. Coming forward. And then come all the way back up, shoulders and hips in line, and then go back. Doesn't have to be a really far tilt. It could be small and subtle. Press into the left heel, straighten the left leg, maybe shorten your stance. Lean to your left. Coming forward. And then on your breath, come back to center. And on your exhale, lean back. Again, it could be a small, just a millimeter of a movement, just enough to feel that side body stretch. Keep going with your breath. Choosing the range of motion that works for you today. Maybe one more cycle, forward and back. The next time you find yourself tilting forward to the straight left leg, slide your left hand down the left thigh or shin or ankle or to a block Keep your hand behind your head, keep opening it up, or reach your fingers to the sky, bend your elbow, bring your hand behind your back. Let your head and your neck relax. You don't have to have your gaze fixed in a certain place. Staying in triangle pose for a few rounds of breath. Staying active in the feet. Where can you soften a little bit? 2 more breaths. And then release that top arm. Start to shift your weight to the back of the mat. Side lunge or a deep lunge. Hands to the heart or hands to the floor. Lifting your torso. 1 more breath. And then if your hands are up, bring them to the floor for support. Start to press into the right foot. Walk your hands, turn all 10 toes forward, bend your left knee. So you're in a runner's lunge, back leg is straight. And then bend the back knee, lower it to the earth. Plant the palms and kick your left heel behind you. Left hand stays planted. Reach your right arm alongside the ear, stretch long. Spinal balance, press through your heel, reach to your fingers. And then right hand down, tuck your right toes. Spread through your fingers, lift your right knee. You're in a 3-legged dog. Shake out the left leg. And then if you want to go through your flow, you can. You can just lower your left foot and take a down dog. Or you can shift the weight shoulders over the wrists. Keep hovering the left toes if you want. Lower down slowly. Cobra or up dog into your downward facing dog. And let's take 3 full breaths in down dog. Okay, we're going to play with hopping. If that doesn't work for you, you could just play with bouncing. So bouncing the knees to start. Maybe walking your feet in an inch or 2. Bouncing the knees. Spreading the fingers wide. And if you want to play with hopping, you just lift a little bit up so that your shoulders come over your wrists. And you land as softly as you can. Move slowly, like you're floating in the air. 1 or 2 more tries. And then you can play with hopping or walking towards the top of your mat and find your forward fold here. Slowing down the heart rate after a little bit of activity. You can keep your feet wide or start to bring the toes closer together. Hips down, arms up, chair pose. Hips a little lower, reach through your fingers. Sweep your arms back and lift your heels. Lower your heels, sweep your arms up, press into the left foot and reach the right knee up for 1-legged mountain. So right thigh lifts. And then start to circle that right knee like we did from tabletop. Circle the right knee backwards. And we're going to step into a goddess when you're ready. So the right foot's going to step to the back of the mat. You're going to open up, sinking your knees, bending your elbows out wide like a cactus, and then star pose. Inhale, straighten arms and legs. Again, bend the knees, bend the elbows, get low. Inhale, press it up. 2 more, sink a little lower. Inhale, straighten. Last time, bend and get low. And then press your forearms into your thighs, and your thighs back into your forearms. And then bring your hands to your hips, straighten your legs as you turn all 10 toes forward and take a wide-legged forward fold. Hands could be behind the nape of the neck. Hands could reach to the floor behind you, or like a downward facing dog in front of you. You could grab your ankles. Lots of arm variations. We'll stay for about 5 breaths. Slowly begin to bring your hands under your heart, under your chest. Lengthen the spine. And then rise to stand back into star pose. Turning all the toes back, planting the palms at the top of the mat. Option to go through your vinyasa. From down dog, we play with a few of those bounces or a couple of hops, handstand hops, maybe kicking your heels to your glutes, little donkey kicks. When you feel ready, you can just step or hop lightly to the top of your mat and stay. Staying in the forward fold, couple more breaths. We're going to move into chairs. So if you like to have your feet wide, keep them wide or bring them closer together. Hips down, arms up. Think a little lower, reach the fingers. And then maybe you float the heels and sweep the arms back. Heels back, down, arms up. Right foot is the base. Lift the left knee, left thigh. And then start to circle that backward. Working that right ankle stability. Opening up the left hip. And you know we're going into our horse stance, our goddess squat. So you're going to open up that left knee when you're ready. Step it out to the left. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, get low. One time, star pose, lift. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, hands behind the head. And then lean to your right. Come back through center. Lean to your left. One more time on each side. You could play with lifting the heels. That may be a little more of a challenge. And then star pose. Parallel the feet. Again, a wide-legged fold. You could add a twist, or you could go into frog pose for a little more hip opening. We've done a lot of hips today. Frog pose, you'll bring the knees down. The knees and the ankles are parallel to each other, and the shins are parallel to each other. You can stay upright or start to fold down as far as feels okay for your hips. Or if you're taking just another wide-legged forward fold, maybe you open up the feet wider, or maybe you add a twist. About 3 more breaths wherever you are. If you are in floor frog, slowly start to exit using your palms, bringing the knees and the thighs closer together first, and maybe moving into a forward fold to meet the others. Hands to the hips, bend the knees softly and rise to stand. Star pose, stretch the arms wide. Start to turn the toes to the top of the mat, planting the palms, and traveling through an optional vinyasa. Taking your time through your transition, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high, bend the knee, open up the hips, shake it out. And then cross your right knee towards your left elbow, fallen star. Kick your right foot away from you. Outer edge of the right foot plants, left heel lowers down, left arm lifts, lift the hips. Stay here, or maybe left arm threads under the right, doesn't go very far, and then lifts back up. Again, maybe you thread the left palm under the right armpit, lift back up, and then everybody plant the left palm, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. We'll go to the second side before we warm down. Left heel lifts, bend the knee, open up the hip. Feel that quad stretch. And then left knee towards the right. Shoot the left foot through, lower the outer edge of the foot. Right heel spins down. Left hand is the base, right hand reaches up, lifting the hips. You can stay here, or you can start to reach your left, right hand under left, back to the sky. One more time, maybe threading your needle. Inhaling, lift, and then slowly right hand down, left heel back, down dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Last time, hopping forward, look to your hands, bend your knees, walk or hop softly, keeping in a little crouch to lower to your seat. And then just lower all the way onto your back, keeping the knees bent. And cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You can stay here. You can use your right hand to press against the right thigh and the right thigh to press back. You could pick up the shape and leave your hands under the thigh or over the shin. And you could gently rock the shape, or you can be still. You can roll the ankles, let the head and the neck be heavy on the earth. Eyes may close. Keeping the legs as they are, just open the arms out wide to a T. Slide the right thigh all the way over the left, bump the hips to the right, and let the knees float over to the left. Spinal twist, turn your head to the right. Last big breath here. And you can begin to unravel. Maybe a shake of the legs, windshield wipering with the knees, a hug. And then both feet to the earth. Left ankle over right thigh. You can press the left palm into the left thigh. You can stay right here. Also, the more you walk your heel in towards your glute, the more intense the stretch will be, versus the more space you give yourself. You can stay right here, or you can pick up your figure four shape. If you're ready, arms out wide. Wide left thigh over right, bump hips left, and let the knees float to the right as your head turns to the left to deepen the spinal twist. If ever it's too much, just stack the knees directly on top of each other without the eagle wrap of the legs. One more big breath. And slowly start to make your way either to Shavasana or to the final happy baby, or to any last little bit of movement your body is craving, getting final fidgeting out of the way before you move into resting. And I invite you to make your way to Shavasana when you feel ready to get into a comfortable position. Again, with the palms up or down, taking up as much space as you'd like, letting the eyes close, and just softening here for a full 5 minutes to integrate all the benefits of that hard work, and I will guide you out when it's time. Begin to deepen your breath. And choose if you want to stay right where you are, or if you want to very slowly and gently, starting with the fingers and the toes and the wrists and the ankles, start to reawaken the body with some very small movement. And maybe over the course of your next 8 to 10 breaths, you give yourself a hug or a full body stretch and you roll to the side, and then you can slowly find yourself in a comfortable seat if you want to close the practice with the communal breath. When you learn something wonderful about yourself and wonder what else you've been hiding, you learn that 1, you are not done, and 2, you are never done. Yrsa Daly Ward. As you find yourself in a comfortable seat, place the hands wherever it resonates. And let's exhale the air out. Inhale deeply to fill up. And let it go. Beautiful practice. As always, thank you for joining me.